Welcome to the Bite Size Podcast. I'm your host, Lorayne Michaels, former EMT and nursing assistant, now business owner and wild entrepreneur. I walked away from over 15 years in medicine to pursue my passion and my God-given talents. Now, I get the honor of helping other women discover their passions and purpose. If you're feeling stuck in life, unsure where to go or what to do, welcome. If you're exactly where you want to be, great, you're welcome here too. If you have faced any kind of hardship or setback, you have found a safe place here. In other words, no matter who you are, or what you've been through, or what you're going through, this is the space for you. On the Bite Size Podcast, we'll discuss life, business, and faith. There's something for everyone. So grab a cup of coffee and something to take notes with, because there will definitely be things you won't want to forget. Well, welcome back to the Bite Size Podcast. I'm your faithful host, Lorayne Michaels, and today I want to talk about, again, functional nutrition and functional medicine. I know it has been such an ongoing debate, an ongoing issue. It's all the things, right? It's all we hear about now with this whole MAHA movement, Make America Healthy Again. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I also hope that you are not tuning everything out. I know it can be redundant. I know it can be overwhelming. And I know sometimes it seems like it has become a political issue, but I would like to challenge you to look at it from maybe a different perspective, because health is not a political issue. So I want to start off by saying that it should not matter whether or not I am a conservative or a Republican or a Democrat. A liberal. It should not matter. Right now, I am focusing on health and spreading awareness so that you can make an informed decision on what is best for you and your family. That is my mission. My mission is to give you as much knowledge and tools as I possibly can so that you can make the best decision for your health, for your fitness, and for your family as well. And so I want to talk about both functional nutrition and functional medicine because it's very important. And I know that it can get overwhelming. Like I was saying, it's everywhere. And so I also want to give a disclaimer that I am not a licensed healthcare provider, and this is not medical advice. This is information so that you can make the best possible decision. And so a couple of the key points I want to talk about today. One, I'm going to explain the difference in what is functional medicine and what is functional nutrition. And also, I want to help simplify some things for you because, like I said, it can be overwhelming. I know my mom used to say, and my mother-in-law also, I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what's really healthy until they are saying this is healthy, but come to find out it's not. I'm going to give you 2 cheat codes right off the bat before we dive into anything. Very simply, to determine if something is good for you or not, if it is healthy or not. If it is not, if you look on the back of something and you're reading the ingredients, if it is not in your kitchen, if you cannot pronounce it, if it is something that has to be made in a factory, it is not healthy for you. It is bioengineered. It is formulated in a factory. Those are not healthy for you. So that's your easiest cheat code for you. If it's not in your pantry, if your great grandmother wouldn't know what it is, chances are it's not healthy for you. All right. So here we go. Functional medicine. So what is functional medicine? Functional medicine is a holistic, patient-centered approach to healthcare. And it focuses on identifying and addressing the root cause of disease rather than just treating a symptom. Nothing against Western medicine. I think there's a time and a place for Western medicine, but we have come so far from what it used to be and what it should be, which is treating the patient. Now we're just treating the symptom. And now we have become a microwave society, and we are giving a pill for every ill rather than getting to the root cause of the symptom. And some people want that. Some people don't care to change their diet, lifestyle. They don't want to exercise. They don't care to cook their own meals. They want the easiest, fastest food fix, whatever it is. If I have high blood pressure, oh well, I'm not changing it. I just give me a pill to fix it. And I am not bashing anyone for their life choices. I just want to give you information. So, functional medicine is getting to the root cause of a disease rather than treating the system. And it also integrates nutrition, lifestyle, genetics, and environmental factors to support long-term health. So, functional medicine, we are diving deep into it and we're fixing it for good. It's not a quick fix. And so some key principles of functional medicine, like I talked about, root cause analysis. So instead of, if you have a headache, we give you Advil, we're trying to find out, okay, why? What's going on? Is your blood sugar low? Are you dehydrated? We start digging a little bit deeper. We ask the question of why this is happening instead of just treating the symptom. We look at gut dysfunction, nutrition deficiencies. So with me and how I started this, I have always had irregular periods, hormonal imbalances. I was put on birth control at a very young age. I think I was 14 or 15. I was not having sex. They put me on birth control because I didn't have a period. And so they thought, well, let's give her hormones and we will induce a period and her body will regulate itself. Well, that never happened. And I was on birth control pills for years. And, I asked my doctors before I was ever married, I said, hey, why this isn't normal? Like, why do I not have a period? Can I not have kids? What's going to happen when I want to have kids? And my doctor, I kid you not, looked at me dead in the face and said, we'll worry about that when you're ready to have kids. That is not okay. And some of you may be hearing this and some of you may be like, yeah, I went to my doctor with certain concerns and I was brushed aside. And I don't want to bash Western medicine physicians. They have no time. And I get it. They have jam-packed their schedules and they have no time to go over it. They have to hit a quota. They have to meet certain, guidelines. They have to see a certain amount of people with a certain insurance. And so I understand, unfortunately, our healthcare system has gone wayward. I digress. So I was on birth control for years and we never treated the root cause of it. Well into my adulthood, when I actually wanted to start having children, to start trying to have children, we did labs, yes, but the first thing they did was throw medication at me. And it was hormones, it was metformin, it was all these medications rather than talking to me about my diet. They saw that I was a very thin, fit woman. Nothing went any further. So fast forward to now, I'm 40 years old and I am in functional medicine, functional nutrition. This is the reason why. One, my stepson has a very poor diet and we're trying to fix that. He is heavily addicted to highly processed foods because when he was younger, unfortunately, that's what he was given. And so now his father and I are trying to fix this and help heal him because we're seeing, learning difficulties, behavior difficulties. He's 10 years old and he's probably the size of maybe a 6 or 7-year-old. He's a very, very tiny little guy. And that is because of poor nutrition. And it also is reflective in his oral hygiene. His teeth are horrible. So all of these things, because of poor nutrition, now is affecting him. And I am trying to get a hold of this before he hits puberty, adulthood. We are trying to fix this so that we can course correct here. And so this is why I have dove into functional nutrition and also to get myself in balance. So personalized care. Functional medicine is also about personalized care. Everyone is different. No one is the same. You can't cookie cutter treat people. So everybody's body is unique. So the treatment is customized based on genetics, diet, environment, lifestyle. Again, having lab work done, and it's not just basic lab work. You have to know what to order. So that's why it's smart to work with a health coach such as myself who is in functional medicine and functional nutrition, as well as a personal trainer, knowing the right labs to order, knowing where to look, having a questionnaire. So you are informing whoever it is that you're working with what is going on. So then we know what to look at. And it's a whole body healing approach. With functional medicine, we recognize that all body systems are interconnected. It's not just your digestive system, your immune system, your hormonal system. Everything is interconnected. And so when one thing is off, another thing is off, which leads into another thing. I'm going to give you an example, your gut. I know you've heard this term, or maybe you haven't, leaky gut. If your gut microbiome is out of balance and out of whack, you are going to see hormonal imbalances, bloating, digestion issues, skin issues. I just mentioned 3 or 4 different systems of your body, all because of your gut is being imbalanced. Another thing, prevention over prescriptions. With functional medicine, we focus on diet, movement, sleep, stress management, supplements, natural supplements. I'm really getting into, because I was a huge proponent of supplements when I have this symptom. Okay, well, this supplement will help with that. And I was essentially like what Western medicine taught me was, if there's a symptom, find a pill to address it. But now I am learning, okay, maybe I am deficient in a vitamin or a mineral, or maybe if I need, this supplement, this herb actually will help with this. So it's a prevention over prescriptions. We focus on we take a different approach to things. You look at it differently from a different perspective. And then patient empowerment. That's a huge reason why I am doing this, why I'm talking about this, because I want to empower you so that you have the knowledge, the tools, the skills to help heal yourself. I mean, I know Jesus is the ultimate healer here, but we're not going to go into that. Anyways, so instead of a broad example, instead of prescribing antidepressants for someone who's coming in with depression, your gut is also heavily linked to anxiety and depression, inflammation, nutrition, your hormone levels. All these things are all connected. So now functional nutrition, food as medicine. I talk about this all the time. Food is medicine. Food is fuel. And so functional nutrition is a branch of functional medicine, and it focuses specifically on how food affects your overall health. Now, this is a huge reason why you're seeing such a push in this MAHA movement, with organic foods and getting out the dyes and glyphosate and pesticides and all these things. Again, I don't want to bombard you with all this knowledge and then you're going to have analysis paralysis. I want to give you as much information as I can. Take time and listen to this episode. Take notes, save it and replay it. I'm just giving you a bunch of information that I know and that I want you to have so that you can make an educated decision on moving forward with your health. So, food affects your overall health, right? And it's at a cellular level. It goes beyond generic diet plans, and it's tailored nutrition to each person's biochemistry, their gut health, and their lifestyle. So two people might have the same issue. We could say headaches or skin issues. But their gut could be different, is different, not could be. Their gut is different. And so what you might try with one person would work, such as introducing fermented foods in their diet, which is something that is healthy and beneficial and we all should have. But if your gut can't withhold it, if it is imbalanced in a way and has too much of the acid, and you're introducing kefir, sauerkraut, fermented foods, kimchi is another one. So if you're introducing all these good things, but their gut is out of balance, that is not the solution. So it's an elimination diet is what we would have to do. Another person that has that same issue, skin issues or bloating, and their gut also is out of balance, but they're needing the fermented foods, the kimchi, the sauerkraut, even yogurt, kefir, those things would work for them. So it's all a matter of process of elimination, and that's why it takes a long time. Your lab work, your environment, knowing what these people are eating, their lifestyle. So I say all that to tell you that nutrition is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's very tailored. That's why I work really close with clients and really get to know what they're eating, what they're experiencing, going through lab work and looking at everything. So some key principles with functional nutrition, like I said, food is medicine. The right foods can heal the body, while the wrong foods can actually contribute to the issue. This perfect example of what I just said with the two different people, same symptoms, but two different approaches on how to fix. What might work for someone would actually be contributing to elongating the issue. Individuality. That's what I was just talking about. There's no one size fits all approach in food and diet. Number 3, gut health focus. So since 70% of the immune system is in the gut, functional nutrition prioritizes gut healing to improve digestion, mental health, and immune function. I cannot stress this enough that it all starts in your gut. Number 4 is inflammation reduction. Such a huge part of all of these issues, these metabolic syndromes, these diseases are an inflammation issue. So what the inflammation reduction, the elimination diet, all these things that we work on, it identifies and removes pro-inflammatory foods. So like processed sugar, seed oils. And then we start to add anti-inflammatory foods into the diet like omega-3s and antioxidants. Another thing that I wanted to touch on or just inform you of is autoimmune diseases are actually the third most common diseases that are affecting Americans after cancer and heart disease. Autoimmune diseases are things like rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's, multiple sclerosis, Crohn's, lupus, type 1 diabetes. All of those are autoimmune diseases, and they all start in the gut. And so number 5 is nutrient optimization. Oh my gosh, if my dog does not shut up. Nutrient optimization. So we're ensuring that individuals get the right nutrients so that they can support healthy metabolism, hormone balance, detoxification, and improving on mental clarity. I'll give you an example with this. A person struggling with brain fog, fatigue, weight gain might be dealing with blood sugar imbalances, food sensitivities, or even gut issues. And instead of just saying, well, you have to eat healthy, functional nutrition is actually going to involve testing and tailoring a nutrition plan for that individual that's going to support gut healing, stabilize blood sugar, and introduce foods that are going to reduce inflammation. So functional nutrition is heavily focused on whole foods and what your body is lacking in and what your body has too much of, and learning the foods that work right for you, that what your body needs. It's so fascinating to me. And I know some of this stuff is like, you could care less, right? You're like, Lorayne, so much information. I don't need to know what every single food does, what every single food has, what's going to cause, you know, I don't need to know everything. I just need to know how to fix it. Again, totally understand. That is where working with a professional comes in. So someone who specializes in functional nutrition and health and wellness, such as myself. That's I do the heavy lifting. You let me know what's going on. We do an analysis, we go through a questionnaire, and I figure out what the problem is. After you get lab work and we look and see like, okay, this is what's going on, then we tailor a nutrition plan that is right for you. And if you're wanting to get healthy again and we start talking about fitness, like all of these things, right? But it's getting to the root cause of it, to figure out what your body needs to operate at its optimal level. So functional medicine versus functional nutrition, and what's the difference? We've kind of already gone over it, but I'm going to kind of just touch on the two main things. Functional medicine is the bigger umbrella, and it's looking at all the aspects of health: gut, hormones, toxins, your genes, all those things. Functional nutrition is a sub discipline, and that's focusing on how the diet plays a direct role in healing and disease prevention. Both of them are focusing on prevention, on personalization, on root cause approach, but they both are interconnected so much. So I'm a big advocate for you knowing, and I'm a big advocate for you having the power. That's the biggest thing. And again, I know sometimes people just get overwhelmed and it's so much information and they want to trust the doctors to know what they're doing and talking about and help heal them and fix them. But if you are someone who doesn't want to just get medication or a pill for everything that's going on, you really want to fix it, I would highly suggest and recommend finding a functional medicine practitioner and a nutritionist, someone who's in the health and wellness space, who is working closely with these people also, so that you can get to the root of the problem and fix it once and for all. So if you're overwhelmed, don't let all this information stop you. Don't get hit with analysis paralysis. Make it simple. Like I said, if you cannot pronounce the ingredients, if it's not in your pantry, cupboard, cabinet, if your great grandmother wouldn't know it, and if it has to be produced in a factory, avoid it, because it is ultra processed and it's going to cause inflammation, which is going to cause a whole slew of other issues and illnesses within you. We know about glyphosate. Everyone's talking about it. It's a huge pesticide. It is horrible for you. So try and find foods that are free of that. If you can, get organic anytime that you possibly can. If you cannot get organic, wash your foods as best as you possibly can and think about, what foods, fruits, vegetables am I eating the skin of? And what I try to do, I try and get all organic as much as possible. But before, when I was first getting into this, I would think, okay, well, what am I eating the skin of? Because that's going to have the most, right? And so if I'm not eating the skin, then I'd be a little bit lax on if it was organic or not. But making sure you're washing your food. I know I would get into the habit of just getting fruits and vegetables and not washing them, but that's a big deal now. Organic if you can, as much as possible. Washing them. Also, here's another thing, is shopping local. At your local farmer's market, your farmer's markets, those local stores that have local fruits and vegetables, local produce, because as soon as you pluck that fruit, vegetable from the earth, it dramatically reduces in its nutrients. So if you are at a store and you're buying something and you're on the East Coast and you see that this food was grown and produced on the West Coast, think about when it was picked and it drove all the way across the United States and now it's to you. So they are picked well before they're ready so that they can develop and they get gassed and all these wonderful things so that it's pretty by the time you get it, but it has lost so much nutrients. So that's another reason why you want to shop local farmers markets, grocery stores that have local produce. Huge, huge, huge. Not to mention, a lot of them use safer herbicides or none at all. So that's a good tip for you as well. What was the other thing I was going to say? Hey, it's Lorayne. As you know, it's my joy and passion to teach and encourage others through this podcast, but my heart is actually at live events. Currently, I'm available for booking, so if you're organizing a live event, I'd love to share my story. Your audience will walk away with tangible tools on how to overcome limiting beliefs, break down obstacles, and discover their gifts, talents, and abilities in order to live a life that God created them to live. It's not the size of the audience that's important, it's the connection and impact that I will bring. For more information, email me at lorraine@theboldbeginnings.com. Just keeping it simple. Shop local. Help support your local farmers in your neighborhood. Organic as much as you can when you can. Washing your foods as much as you can. Avoiding ultra processed foods because that causes inflammation. And everything starts in your gut. If you have an unhealthy gut microbiome, you are going to see the results of that in how you feel, in bloating, in your skin, mood. So again, if you have any thoughts, questions, I am not bashing anyone who is not into this. I just want to give you the information so that you can make the best, most informed decision for you. So friends, if this episode has helped you in any way, shape, or form, please share it. Please send me a message and like it and spread the word. I'm here to help you in your fitness and nutrition as much as I possibly can. Message me on Instagram. You can find me Lorayne at Lorayne Michaels. Also, you can email me LorraineMichaels22@gmail.com. And I am here to help you with your health, fitness, nutrition, mindset, mind, body, spirit. I'm here for you, friend. So make it a great day. I have to go check on my chicks.